Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another DC review. This is part 1 of 2, to which the second part will be covering the Green Lantern Corps, but because of delays, it's going to have to be done in a separate video, which might show up in the upcoming weeks. So at least I've prepared the thumbnail for both this part and the second. And when you see the next part come up, you'll be able to know that it was in relation to this comic, which it was originally meant to be brought out with. So starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with Arthur, or should we say Aquaman, who has turned up on another planet of sorts. And of course, we've got this huge house Omega symbol here. And of course, he's wondering why that's there. And we will end up meeting someone of interest, who is somewhat the villain in this case. And we learn that her name is called Jenny Greenteeth. We also learn that some of these things seem to have a connection to the sea. So I'm sort of guessing is that what might be happening here is that we're sort of like going to see like a sea version relation things of sort of like the Green Lantern. So you might have some characters that might represent the coral or the coral reef. We've got things that might represent other things as well. So a little bit of maybe Swamp Thing in here too, applied to this. Just some of my personal thoughts as to how this is being brought across. But each one sort of like connecting to certain elements that also connect to the sea. Of course, a little bit further on within the story, he's thrown in with some other prisoners, to which he's learnt hydrokinetics, care of the help of Mira, and that will help him free him of the situation. Until last but not least, we reach the end. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. First things first, do we get anything time-wise as to when this is taking place? No, we don't. Though it wouldn't hurt to include it in the story. Next is the location. I got no idea where this is taking place location-wise. And it would have been nice to see it be readdressed in the story. And I feel it would have helped improve the story as well as my rating for the story. Who knows, I might have actually given this issue something higher than what I actually gave it. Next is the cast of characters. The only characters I managed to get a hold of within the story were Aquaman and Jenny Greenteeth. I don't know who the additional characters were, even though I have heard people mention their name. I think one is meant to be like the Lady of the Lake. As it's meant to be playing a bit of a part into Arthurian legend and myth. But for the overall story rating, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.